Sadly, my sisters have passed away, so I can't do an interview with them or anything saying what happened. Oh, my goddess, I would love to do that, but they're no longer alive, so I can't do that. If Sarah was still here, I think she would be up for an interview about it, but sadly, she's not here, so you've just got me. So anyway, they were in bed, they heard a noise, they looked out the window and they saw Santa being pulled by his reindeer. I don't know if they heard him on the roof or not. I vaguely recall Sarah saying they did, but I can't say for sure. But anyway, they were like, oh my God, it's Santa, we've got to act like we're asleep or we won't get any presents. So they quickly pulled the covers over their heads and just closed their eyes and went to sleep, or acted like they were asleep. The next day when they got up, they told my mum, but she didn't really believe them because my mum never really believed in Santa anyway, but they swore that they saw him. Anyway, just before she passed away, my mum asked me if I still believed in Santa, and because I'd been through a lot and I've lost a lot of people that I cared about, I said no, not really. And I mentioned that when my sisters saw him, and I said it was perhaps just a story they made up for my benefit because I was just a kid. And my mum said no, they swear that they did see him. That night, my mum rang my sister and she said, oh, me and Andrew were talking about the time when you and Sarah saw Santa. And she said, oh yeah, we definitely saw him. We was in bed, we heard a noise, we looked out the window and we saw him. And she swore that they definitely did and it was definitely real. So yes, I do believe in Santa and I do believe they saw him. Now, on to my personal spiritual beliefs. Yes, I do believe in Santa. I believe in the North Pole, because you know the North Pole is a real place. And I do believe that he has elves and reindeer, but it could be spiritual, and the elves' kingdom could be on a spiritual plane within the North Pole, which you can't see unless you believe. Just like what they say in the Santa Claus movie, believing is seeing. Now, Odin, he lives in Asgard, but St. Nicholas, who was an actual person, he's a saint, I believe that his spirit lives in the North Pole with the elves. As for the reindeer, they are most likely spiritual and could be part of the wild hunt that Odin goes on. But they're most likely spiritual, but they could be physical. But either way, I do believe that they eat the magic dust like it shows in the Dudley Moore movie. I believe that they eat the fairy dust and that gives them the ability to fly. So they're most likely spiritual, but they could be physical. I'm open-minded. I'm an open-minded person. Now, I have done research, and St. Nicholas was an actual person, as I've mentioned before, and he was a toy maker. He was the patron saint of toy making. So, just like it showed in the Dudley Moore movie, I personally believe that when he passed away, he was transported to the North Pole where the elves live, and he became Santa Claus. Now, my dears, I personally believe that Odin and St. Nicholas are both Santa Claus, and they take it in turns to visit people's home. Like 1 year St. Nicholas will do it, another year Odin will do it, but they come to your house each year and leave you blessings.